You are now entering the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.
It's about comic books and movies, growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again.
Please, God, no.
Remembering tales from the crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts.
He wrote
and
scripts.
all right here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas.
Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 64. I'm Jason.
I am Jeff.
And we don't have anyone else here with us.
We are alone in the Bob studio this week.
It is just us. No Blake. He's still on his military leave. And thanks, Blake, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. And we have no other guest.
Guests.
Doc Thirst from Graphic Novice was supposed to be here, but he no-showed.
Oh,
Doc,
what's up?
Yeah, it's kind of a running thing for him, I guess, lately. Started it off strong. Anyways.
Yeah, you're hurting.
Yeah, nothing really too exciting going on my end. Anything with you?
No, same old.
Okay. Best damn podcast starting off right there.
Well, when you're stuck in a rut. I mean, softball season's getting ready to start.
Yay! Yay! I was a little sore after practicing Sunday.
I was all right because the previous Thursday we played for a friend of ours' indoor softball team. And man, was I hurting after that.
Indoor softball is what, 6 men on the field or 8?
6, maybe 7, because we had a steady pitcher.
Okay.
Because it was kind of a scrimmage.
Is pitchers mound out?
No.
That would be better.
No, you only have one outfielder.
Really?
Yeah, because you play like the length of the soccer field, so you don't have
The sides?
the sides.
Okay.
So you have pretty much one outfielder, and then all the infield is the same.
Can you, not you personally, but can people hit the ball farther, or is it more of a softer ball?
Oh, yeah, it's a softer ball, and you got the nets surrounding the...
So it's like Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
Yeah.
Yes.
But so I mean, if you hit it too high, it hits the net, and it's playable off the net. But if you do hit the back net on a fly before hitting anything else, then it's a home run.
It's like arena football.
Yeah, it kind of is.
John Bon Jovi has an arena football team. Philadelphia Soul.
Yes. The problem I realized with is you bat far too quickly again, because before you even catch your breath, you're up to bat again.
Yeah, I guess so with 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I got you.
We're batting 6, and it's like, oh, I got in, I scored, I go to sit down, and they're like, it's your bat. I'm like, what?
This isn't soccer. Give me a break. Fuckers. Okay, so start off the show real quick with listener feedback from...
Number 1 fan Doug.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
If you do, it'd be something stupid anyway.
I wanted to be called the Hammer.
Well, someone gave you that nickname.
I know. I am the Velvet Satin.
The Velvet Hammer.
Yes, I am the Velvet Hammer. Sean Penn has never been in a movie that has made $100 million. His best was at Mystic River at $90 million in 2003. Hashtag box office bombs. That is a fun fact. I never knew that.
Yeah, well, his best stuff is probably his early stuff when $100 million was just not doable. But then, yeah, the movies that make $100 million are your action movies, and he's just not a good action star.
Is there many movies that he's been in? You got Fast Time at Ridgemont High. You got The Negotiator, which is the saddest, or Interpreter.
The Interpreter.
Saddest thing that I've gone straight from Fast Times to The Interpreter. You got The Gunman.
That's the one that just came out.
That bombed, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I know he's done more, but I can't think of anything. Mystic River, which I thought was horribly overacted.
Right. Milk. I Am Sam. Well, I didn't say it was good. Sean Penn.
I'm just making
Racing with the Moon.
I'm just making the point that I don't remember a lot of his films. Johnny Depp may make a lot of crap, but at least you remember what he was in. John Travolta makes a lot of crap. You remember what he was in. Of course, I think the volume is more Travolta with his films. I think he's made more films than Sean Penn.
I don't know. Sean Penn makes more smaller, artier films, and Travolta films tend to be a spectacle. Whether it's good or bad, they tend to be a spectacle.
He is a spectacle.
I mean, Sean Penn, as much as I don't particularly like his...
Political? Him?
The desire for him to feel like he is part of the political machine when all he is a troublemaker.
He's a rabble-rousel.
Yeah, rabble rousel.
Yeah! It is. Doug did thank us on Twitter as well for talking 10 minutes about Pete's Dragon last week. He wasn't trying to get that conversation going with his question.
Well, he failed then because it was going.
I did like Bednar's picks for the. I think it was Al Pacino or Robert De Niro. I forget which one. Whichever one.
Pacino, I think we were talking about.
Yeah. Agree with Jeff. That never happened. The Genesis was better than the Super Nintendo. I turned to my Super Nintendo so I could play NHL 94 on Sega.
NHL 94 was the bomb.
It is. 95 was still good, too. And then after that, it was all the same.
Well, yeah. Well, I suppose 95 was an update of 94. And
94 is awesome, or 95, whichever one. It was great because you hit the puck and it would break the glass.
Oh.
Remember that?
No, I don't.
Oh, I remember that game. I spent a lot of time playing that game. Yeah, it would break the glass, and then it would take like a 10-second break to fix the glass. I remember. I don't know if that one had injuries or not. I thought that one of them did, and I think 95 you could trade. I think that was the big thing.
Yeah, I think that's probably what the big deal was. Difference.
Did you have a Sega? You said Genesis.
Yeah, I had a Genesis.
Did you have any good games for it that you remember? Sonic was fun.
Sonic was fun. I liked Echo the Dolphin.
I got good reviews. I remember that.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I loved their sports games. The EA, not specifically golf.
Okay.
For someone who
you have talked about that with the golf one.
Yeah, but someone who hates golf, the golf on those games was pretty fun.
They had Joe Montana football too. Remember that got decent reviews. And they also had what do you call it? Madden premiered on that network.
Yeah.
Or console, sorry.
God, I'm trying to remember what else I had. I'm blanking.
Altered Beast?
I did not have Altered Beast.
Okay. Did they have they had some racing games too that was pretty good, I heard.
Road Rash.
That's what it was.
The racing one was great.
The PlayStation had Twisted Metal. My bad. I'm completely gone on that one. I was thinking of Twisted Metal for a second. And I disagree. Super Nintendo was awesome. Super Mario World. Come on. That's all you need. That's all you need. WWF Royal Rumble. Awesome.
Yeah, you can get fighting games and little other games.
You can't get that.
You just couldn't get the NHL 94.
Genesis had the Mortal Kombat with the blood. Super Nintendo.
Exactly.
They did do
Blood
that.
Your Mortal Kombat. That's enough right there.
Genesis does what Nintendo don't. There's a new Mission Impossible coming out. Does anyone care? No.
I do.
I knew you were going to say this. Son of a bitch.
I enjoy Mission Impossible. I always liked the old television show. I liked it when they rebooted it in the 80s for a season that didn't do well, except I watched it. Then the first Tom Cruise movie I enjoyed. The second Tom Cruise movie sucked balls.
Who directed that second one?
John Woo.
There you go.
Yeah. John Woo directed the second one. Was terrible.
Was there birds flying?
There were.
A lot of birds. A lot of birds.
Doves, yeah.
And that was a motorcycle one, right? When he jumps off the...
Yeah, he was climbing the mountainside or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, it did have a good song. That Metallica song was on the soundtrack.
That's the best thing about that movie.
It was the best thing about that movie, and it was probably the best Metallica song, in my opinion, since...
Hero of the Day?
Oh, God.
I like Hero of the Day.
No, I would say it was...
Sandman? Enter
Before
Sandman?
Sandman.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know music. You
Yeah,
know
that's
that.
right. Since the Injustice for All album. Before the Black album. Or,
Okay.
The song that they had, I think it was I Disappear on the Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack, was the best song they did since the release of the Black album.
Okay. I'm going to go with you on that. I'm going to say yes. You're the musician guy.
That's
when Bednar's not here, you're the music guy.
Now,
you
send
and Blake.
me all your hate Twitters or whatever if you like. That to me personally, it's F_bad_ideas.
At Graphic Novels. I don't really care. I thought the last one was okay.
Oh, I liked the fourth one.
Simon Pegg was fun. He was in the third one, though, too, I think.
He was in the third and the fourth.
It was okay. I was kind of bored with it. I like that it's not all action. Don't get me wrong. It's not that. I don't know. And I think part of it is I just don't like Tom Cruise anymore.
I was able to get past that because, like I said, I enjoyed the third one. I wanted to be better. It really wasn't as good as I wanted, especially with J.J. Abrams doing it. Mm-hmm. But then the fourth one, the Ghost Protocol, I really liked that.
Who did Ghost Protocol?
I don't remember.
I'll find out for you.
All right, you find out. But then Tom Cruise, like I said, I enjoyed him in that movie. I enjoyed Jack Reacher, of all things.
That's on Netflix right now, or Amazon Prime. Sorry, Amazon Prime. And I'm tempted to watch it.
I would watch it. I thought it was much better than I was expecting. Obviously, I was worried that Tom Cruise was going to be too Tom Cruise-y, but he was able to play the role and be an actor and not be himself.
Ghost Protocol, directed by Brad Bird. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
From
and
Incredibles.
I think he is doing the new one, too, if I'm not mistaken.
Double check. I think you might be right.
I'm not positive on that. But directed The Incredibles and
his notable work: Iron Giant, Incredibles, Ratatouille, and Mission Impossible. Ghost Protocol. So one live action. The rumor is that he might be doing Star Wars too eventually down the road.
Oh, that would be interesting. I would like Brad Bird's input. Or
he's on Tomorrowland. That's what he's doing.
Oh,
I don't know. I can't get a read on that.
I haven't really seen anything. All I know is it's just based off the Disneyland or whatnot. I don't know how it's going to.
I don't know. The American version of the trailers doesn't really show much. Well, then if you go online and find the Japanese one, it shows a lot more about the plot. I still don't know the plot, but it shows more about the story, and that I'm intrigued by it. And I don't usually get intrigued by those type of things. But I trust Brad Bird to do it. So
yeah, he really hasn't let me down yet.
He did Amazing Stories, a writer and a producer, the TV show.
Yeah, that's not a
85 to 87. I don't know.
A lot of people had a hand in the Amazing Stories.
He did Family Dog. He was the creator of that.
Oh, that's right.
If you haven't seen that, it's from 1993.
That didn't do so well.
Simpsons from 89 to 98 as a creative consultant and a director. So just a little fun fact about Brad Bird.
Woo-hoo.
Come on our show. Let's see. We do have a new segment. It's called Face Off. We need music.
Take his face.
Yeah. Can we get something here? Come on, give me some music. I don't know how to turn it off.
The power button.
Just power button, okay. Bednar, can you give us some music for that? Or Marty, can you do a face-off for us? Basically, from Snake Oil Comics at SOC Podcast. Listen to them. A lot of fun. Just listen to their latest episode, or second last episode. I'm one behind. The one guy almost didn't make it there because he was watching porn. Anyways.
I can understand that.
Yeah, he was watching Austin Powers porn. So I tweeted them.
Okay.
It was a parody.
Obviously.
Mike Myers.
Yeah.
So I tweeted them to do the top 5 actors from porn, and he's doing it. Anyways.
Okay. Actors?
I don't know anything about I'm not against porn. I just don't know much about it.
No, but I mean, are we like, when you said actors, are you talking about
both actors and actresses?
Oh, okay.
And he said this may take a while. Come on, Joe. Anyways, so basically, they asked us a series of questions. We won't go through all of them yet. We'll go through a couple. Basically, it's when you were a kid, you take a superhero against a superhero. Who would win? So, this is the first time we've ever done it.
So we'll see how
who would win these fights? Doomsday versus Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, any color.
Yeah.
Or it could be Hulk Hogan. He's orange.
Oh, Doomsday would beat the crap out of Hulk Hogan.
Yes, even though he has 24-inch pythons.
Yeah, I mean, Hulk Hogan might be able to get a leg drop on him.
Unless he's
No, wait a minute, I take that back. Hulk Hogan would get his, power from his Hulkamaniacs and be unstoppable.
And still beat him.
Yeah. But,
Doomsday versus Hulk.
Doomsday did beat the crap out of Superman until he was dead.
Until he was dead. That is true. It's true.
But, the Hulk at his ultimate, like when the Hulk is the biggest and strongest.
I think I'm going Hulk.
I think I'm going Hulk on that too.
I think I'm going to have to go with the Incredible Hulk. I think he's a little bit more powerful. I think when he gets angrier, I think he could do it.
Now, granted, yeah, okay, if we're going to see some of the, Gray Hulk, he's not quite as strong at that time. I think Doomsday could take him, but Hulk at his peak, I think, could take Doomsday at his peak. Especially because the only thing I know about Doomsday is he beats the crap out of Superman.
He came back and then he lost again. He lost, and it's just dumb. Stop bringing him back. Just bring him back. Show him up one time. Let it go. Rumor is that he's in the new Batman v Superman litigation case.
Ooh,
so we shall see that. Yes, I think Lex Luthor gets him from the alien on the Superman ship that was crashed in the iceberg. I don't know why. That's what I've read.
Thanks, Lex.
Yeah. It's at least not a land grab movie so far.
So far, yes.
We're going Batman versus Iron Man. Batman.
Okay, well.
He's smarter. He's more streetwise.
Yeah, he's not smarter.
He's streetwise.
I will put, if it was, the whole asterisk with Batman is, if he has time to prepare, he will win.
Correct.
If all of a sudden they both appeared and said the winner gets out alive,
it's like Battle World on Marvel,
and then they had to fight, I think Iron Man would beat him just because Iron Man's got frickin' missiles or repulsor things, and eventually Batman will get hit and get hurt. Iron Man, unless Batman knows how to stop him, never run against him before, I think Iron Man would win.
I don't disagree with you, but as a Batman fan, I'm going to have to say no, Batman wins. Even though logic says you are correct. If he has time to prepare, nobody can beat Batman.
I'll agree with that.
If they just showed up, it's interesting. The other issue is if Tony Stark Iron Man is in Batman's world already, Batman already has that planned out. So even if they just showed up in front of each other, he would have a plan.
Oh, yeah. But
if they were just brought together on a separate neutral site, I think that's what we're doing here.
That's what I was assuming.
Okay. I'm probably going to have to say Iron Man, unless Tony Stark gets cocky. Unless he gets cocky,
he could get cocky. But I would think after the first couple of minutes in the fight, he would realize he's against a tough competitor.
Here's a better question: Lego Batman versus Lego Iron Man.
Oh, Lego Batman.
Okay, just making sure.
He's broodier.
That's right. Okay, so we're going Iron Man. We're both agreeing on this. Wow, we're really not disagreeing. Okay, so the next one I'm going to need help. Superman versus Hyperion.
I don't know if I can help. All I know is Hyperion was Marvel's version of a Superman.
I thought that was Sentry.
Hyperion was, I don't know, Earth 2 or something.
Oh, okay.
Or some different. He was done in the, I want to guess, 70s, not like the 90s when Sentry came out.
Okay, so we will come back to this after we do some research. Let's do the last one.
All right.
Namor versus Aquaman.
As much as it pains me to say, I think Namor would win, just because Marvel has written him to be so fucking all-powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, he pretty much has no weaknesses except for his cockiness.
I agree. I like Aquaman better.
Much better.
Cannot stand Namor. How do you say his name? Namor, whatever.
You call him the Submariner if you want.
I'll call him Submariner. Submarino. I can't stand his character. I really can't.
I mean, he's supposed to be the cocky, but he just, he's not designed to be cheered for, so I'm not going to cheer for him.
And they keep pushing him in Marvel, and I just don't care.
Oh, especially if you read the X-Men books, they make a big deal that he's one of the first mutants, so he's joined the team, and he was a pain in the ass to deal with, and it's like, oh.
Go away.
Then again, go away. Then again, it was when he went on Cyclops' side, so he's a douche if he joins up with Cyclops.
Just want to let you know, the boys over at Best of the Worst Movie podcast that have not, they stopped their podcast. I still got a message the other day about Scott Summers being a douche.
Really?
Yes, I got a Facebook message, a private one, because he saw something, and it was something about Scott Summers as a douche, like somebody said it online or something like that, and he's like, I thought of you instantly in our conversations. How am I the only defender of Scott Summers out there?
You're not. Nickel and VF, I think.
VF is a little on the fence, I think, sometimes.
But
Nick will help.
And was it Dan?
I think Dan.
Zisco
Yeah, Dez isn't.
Dez is the one who started the Scott Summers as a douche.
Don't like it. So, if you guys got a face-off you want to send us between superheroes, actually anything, just send it over to us. You could do Richie Rich versus Little Lulu. Who knew?
Ooh. We'll have to think about that one.
Hitting that 80 to 90-year-old demographic again. Yeah! And Canadians. So, and Jillian just had a short tweet to us, starting the Red Road. She'll let us know how it is.
The Red Road, that's the one with Jason Momoa?
Yes, on Netflix.
Yes, please, Jillian, let us know, because it's on my queue or list of things I want to see, but there's a lot of things on that, so when I get to it, I'm not sure.
I'm at Orphan Black Season 1 right now.
Yeah, I saw you on Twitter begging anyone to
Yes,
to
nobody
watch
talked about it. Help me!
And that's one that's on my list.
I mean,
I haven't seen it yet.
I'm on the last episode of the first season, and I'm about ready to start second season. So after that, well, I'm sure Daredevil will get popped up. That's gonna be that's gonna be a thing. 10 episodes of that, and then I'm hoping Red Road, over there. Okay, next is from Randall Holt, RJ Holt 666. What about all this baggy cover controversy? Oh, I'm sorry. Last week we tried to figure out what he was talking about. It was actually misspelled because of fucking spell check.
Autocorrect.
Autocorrect. It was Batgirl cover controversy. I think Nickel wrote to us about this as well. Basically, if you don't know, the new issue of Batman, I think it's next month. I'm trying to think when it comes out.
Oh, it's not even out yet.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's a homage to Batgirl, or to The Killing Joke.
Oh, okay.
Where Joker, we've talked about it before, Joker paralyzes Batgirl, a.k.a. Barbara Gordon. The thought was that he probably sexually assaulted her in it, but you didn't know for sure. Shot her, paralyzed her. In the cover, it's basically Barbara Gordon, who is now walking in the New 52. Yeah. She's Batgirl. And Joker's right behind her, has his arm around her, and he's smiling, has the gun down on her, like on her chest area, and she's scared to death, crying, and then he painted the red paint on both sides of the face like a Joker smile.
On her face?
Yes, on her face. A lot of people are saying it's making her a victim.
She is a victim.
It is, but there's a gray line of people are worried that, how would you say? I'm trying to say this delicate. They're thinking that she's a victim of sexual assault. This is glorifying it. Some people are saying people are reading too much into it because it's a comic book cover. It's an homage to Killing Joke.
Yeah.
I was kind of on that boat. I understand that people could be offended by it. Okay, fine. On the other side, though, I thought, well, they're paying homage to The Killing Joke, one of the greatest Batman stories ever. Of course, it's got to be a frightening cover.
Yeah, I mean...
But then the artist that did the cover, and I think he actually wrote the book too, he actually requested DC take the cover off and say, we'll do a different cover if that made people are offended. He didn't want to offend people. So, at that point, I'm kind of like, you know what? If the artist that said, to do it, I'm fine with it. If he thinks it's his work.
Yeah.
If he feels that it's offensive, that people are offended and he doesn't want to do that. And it wasn't like from a PR standpoint. He actually came out, because I think DC was going, let it go. Yeah. And he actually said, just take it off. If it offends people, I don't want to offend people. I'll do a different cover as an homage to Killing Joke. So,
well, the problem is you're going to offend people no matter what you do, because people get offended.
It is.
And I mean, you can't live your life worried about offending people. Because, people will get offended over things that you can't even understand maybe if someone can come, have a clear, concise disagreement or whatnot. I don't even want to say argument, because arguing is... But just to say, well, for these reasons. But normally it's just like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And, But it's tough to live your life trying not to offend people, because people will get offended. They'll read things into it. I mean, the fact that,
There's the cover.
He's showing me a picture of the cover, and it's actually a lot tamer than you made me believe by your description.
Yeah, well, that's... That's the cover.
I think people...
Time magazine actually wrote, comics like Batgirl shouldn't require a good feminist seal of approval. That's interesting.
Well, I mean, the simple fact of the matter is, when you got nutzos like the Joker in your world, he's going to do nutso things.
Correct.
And I mean, depicting what he's doing in art is what the comic books are about. So to say you can't do that...
It's Raphael Albuquerque is the artist.
Okay, I don't know that name, so... But, I mean, I understand, okay, you know, I don't want... I'd rather the book be out there for its own merit, not because of some controversy. But it's the people who are getting offended are the ones causing the more controversy behind it.
That's actually what Times article is basically saying.
Well, I sound like I'm agreeing with Time here.
Some objected to the image of Batgirl as a helpless victim. Others slammed DC for glamorizing sexual assault. Because many thought that Barbara was raped by the Joker in The Killing Joke.
Oh,
How
is it glamorizing it, though?
Because it shows that...
Showing that it happens isn't glamorizing it. I mean, it honestly... showing the brutality behind it and showing the degradation behind it, I think actually helps people realize how bad it really is.
Oh, time out. I didn't even realize this. This makes it kind of interesting.
Okay,
the Joker cover was even the standard version. It was a variant.
Yeah, I heard
I didn't know
something
that.
about the controversy was a variant cover. Yeah.
I guess they said because the Batgirl comic books are more upbeat. And maybe if it was in a Batman cover, it would have been different because it's more darker.
Oh, it's actually on a Batgirl comic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm kind of in between. I have very little empathy about anything. Like, I feel people get their feelings hurt about a lot of stuff too easily. And, you and I don't really get our feelings hurt about much.
No, it takes a lot.
But on the other side, I have an issue. If it does hurt a group of people... I think you do have to take a look at it. I'm not saying you have to change it. You do have to think about it and talk about it because there's a lot more people more sensitive than us. A lot of people.
Almost anybody else?
But I have also... I'm okay with them taking it off if Raphael Albuquerque said, I don't want it on there.
Yeah.
If the artist is saying that, then you know what? Maybe it is... He thought it was too far, and then I'll agree with them. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned, okay, if it's on a Batgirl, like I don't read Batgirl, so I don't know the tone of the book.
They say it's a pretty upbeat one.
And I mean, if it is a book meant for maybe a younger audience, okay, I can understand. Mm-hmm. That might be going a little
My
too
issue,
far.
though, is a variant cover. Not many people get the variant covers.
Yeah, you get the variant cover only because you like that cover.
Correct. It is a hell of an artistic piece.
It looked pretty good. I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind having like a framed version of that or something somewhere because I think it actually
He did
looks
a hell
like
of a
pretty
job
good artist.
drawing it, but
Art.
yeah, but yeah. So so our answer is pretty much okay. Fine. If the creator said it's offensive, he doesn't want to do it. Good for him. So we're just not that. Our empathy is low.
We're just not offended, and
But we're also not female either.
Yeah, I'm more offended by the people who are offended by it. If that
I'm
makes
offended by
any
your
sense.
offense. But also, at another end, we're not females either. So I don't know how it is on that side. So Jason Momoa was pretty good in Stargate Atlantis.
I didn't even know he was in that.
I didn't know Stargate Atlantis was on for like 87 years. Did you know that?
I knew it was on a lot longer than you thought. What was that on Showtime or
No, Stargate was on Showtime.
Okay.
Then
was
it moved to
USA,
Sci-Fi, USA or Sci-Fi, USA, I think.
Okay. Yeah,
I think Atlantis was on Sci-Fi.
Okay.
I think eventually it all moved to Sci-Fi Channel.
I don't think I ever saw any Stargate Atlantis. I think I saw a couple episodes of the regular Stargate TV show.
I saw the original movie. That was enough.
I saw the movie. The show, I think, was better than the movie.
It had Richard Dean Anderson.
In the show, wasn't it?
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. It had to be better.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying the movie had him. And I said, no, the movie had James Spader.
Yes, it did. Ultron. From Desmond Hassing at D. Hassing. At this point, is Wolverine still a Canadian superhero?
Suppose it all depends on what your definition of Canadian superhero is. A superhero from Canada and a Canadian citizen? Yes.
Hey!
A superhero who fights in or for Canada? Probably not.
Alpha Flight is.
A superhero who's alive? Definitely not.
Yes, Wolverine is dead. I didn't care about Wolverine if he was Canadian or American or Australian or whatever.
New Zealander.
Oh, I would. Puma Zealy would like that. What was worse? From Michael Leal, at Michael Leal, who has our Danger Entertainment Network.
Yes, you can find us on dangerentertainment.net. Michael's entertainment system
Has comic books, podcasts, some games are coming. So
yeah, check out dangerentertainment.net if you like ours and other podcasts like it, or you enjoy some independent comic art or stories.
Yes. What was worse? Michael Bay,
Michael Bay
Transformers movie, sorry, or G.I. Joe movie, the live action, and why?
This is going to come as a surprise, but I'm going to say the G.I. Joe live action was worse than the Michael Bay Transformers.
I agree. I thought about this one.
Yeah.
And I do agree because I really loved G.I. Joe growing up, obviously. I want my aircraft carrier, damn it. But I think it hurt because G.I. Joe was so bad.
The movie just... at least the Transformers movie kind of took what the Transformers were about. I mean, it didn't intergalactic robots fighting on Earth. They at least kept that.
Yeah, the whole love interest with Baroness and Duke being former lovers. Joseph Gordon-Levitt being some type of Dr. Mindbender / Cobra Commander.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
No.
And
Destro was funny.
I know I've said it before, probably on the podcast. I'm not positive. But the whole point of the fact was the climax of that movie was spoofed in Team America World Police 2 years before the movie even came out.
Yes.
You watch the G.I. Joe movie, and then you watch Team America, and you would think, oh, they're making fun of the G.I. Joe movie, except they were out 2 years earlier.
Yes. And Marlon Wayans was not good.
Oh, nobody was good. Nobody was good in the movie.
Channing Tatum.
He wasn't good.
No,
in it.
sorry, Tates.
Yeah, sorry, Tates. I mean, love you, Tates, and all, but you weren't good in that movie, and I don't know if it's. I won't fault any actor because whatever directing or whatever was done in that was terrible. I mean, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's a great actor.
Yes,
he was terrible in that.
Yes. Why do you think
Chris
he took
Eccleston? Terrible.
Why do you think Joseph Gordon-Levitt took that role?
I don't know. I think probably because he was probably a fan of G.I. Joe growing up.
Yeah, I could see that. He was he's in my age wheelhouse, so I could see it. I wonder, like, did he's like, okay, everybody's doing superhero movies, I might as well jump on.
Oh, I mean, when you get your name attached to a franchise, it's worth money.
Yeah, I saw Transformers made $1 billion. I'll get on this.
Yeah. Transformers was terrible. So, Dan Zisco, you're wrong. There wasn't a redeeming quality from the first movie, unless you want to say it wasn't as bad as the G.I. Joe movie.
Dan Zisco gets yelled at a lot by Des because for being wrong. Des isn't always right, I will say. But I have to agree with Des. I have to agree with you, Jeff, that Dan Zisco's wrong. Transformers was shit.
Yes.
He stepped on fucking rose bushes and was embarrassed. Optimus Prime was.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta keep ourselves hidden. Okay, you're Transformers. You can turn yourself into anything. Why are you standing around as giant robots trying to not step on rose bushes?
I felt like it was Scooby-Doo. He was trying, like Optimus Prime was hiding behind the light post. You can't see me. Nope, we see you. Still there.
The one thing I will say, though, whether you agree or disagree with Des, he always comes out with an argument.
Really? Des? From music?
He'll come out and he'll give you his points. He'll have a good argument for whatever side, whether you agree or disagree with them. He has his reasons.
And always right.
And explains them.
Yes. I just like throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, actually.
Really? You? I never noticed.
I actually like poking everybody to get going, and then I just walk away.
Yeah, you're the guy who shakes up the can of soda and then walks away.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. For Michael Lee, also, by the way, I totally agree with Jeff.
Yay, 2 agreements.
On continuity in comics. Can't have a universe without it. I agree.
Yep.
I agree, too.
I mean, yeah, otherwise you just have a bunch of independent books or whatnot. You can overlap, have a character, like you can have Batman and give an adventure and then have Batman and do something else, but they won't be connected. All you have is a guy with, pretty much the same costume runs around. That's all you got.
And I'm telling you, I say it every time. You need seasons. Just do seasons.
That would be great. Yeah, like
1 through 12. There's your first season.
Yeah,
Batman's second season, 1 through 12.
Yeah, and if you want to even stagger each book starts a season a different month.
Yeah.
This month, the month of March is Batman season begins. Superman season begins in July. Wonder Woman season begins in October.
I have no issue with it. I think it would work. I think you would still get new people in. You wouldn't have to keep fucking renumbering them because they're 1 through 12.
Yep.
And then you could do your standalones too. So, I'm just saying.
Makes sense. Just saying.
Paul, we'll get to that next week or a little bit later on. He did ask about Donatello getting his shell cracked in the comics. We got that in News of the Geek. Dr. Number One at Dr. Number One says, of all the things I hate about the Bad Ideas podcast, hey, Jason, Jeff, Blake, Morris, not Amy though. They do have the best podcast theme song. We do. We are proud of that.
We agree with you on that one, Dr. Number One. Oh God, we agree with Dr. Number One.
We do. He's outside. Hello.
We're doing a lot of agreeing this episode.
We are. We need Blake here to shake everything up. Maybe Blake's the one that shakes up the can of bees and just lets them go. Larry Zbyszko to the WWE Hall of Fame. What? When does Mike Sharp get in? Human game of chess. Hashtag. Yes. I can't stand Larry Zbyszko as a wrestler. Every time on WCW Nitro at the beginning, he would be the announcer. And Tony Schiavone, that piece of shit announcer, fuck him.
Tony Schiavone, he's the best.
These wrestlers are doing giving their, not speech, but, they're talking on the mic and he's talking over them. Shut the fuck up, Tony. These guys have more talent than you do, you piece of shit.
Okay, but you said you don't like Larry Zbyszko as a wrestler.
Because he would stand...
But you're talking about him as an announcer.
Announcer, he's awful too.
Well,
I don't
he's
care.
terrible as an announcer. I agree.
I couldn't stand him as a wrestler either.
But I mean, his heyday of wrestling was before you were born.
I've seen them. Welcome to WWE Network.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, wrestling, you can't go back and watch wrestling from the 50s.
Well, I understand. He wrestled
find it enjoyable.
He wrestled in the 90s.
Oh, yeah. One of those all-stars coming back, like Superfly Snuka.
He actually was on a full-time wrestler for a year or two in WCW. In like the 90s and that. It was not good. But every fucking podcast, every fucking show, people would be chanting his name just to get him going because he's senile. And he would stand up and Tony Schiavone was like, take a bow, Larry, you deserve it. No, you don't fucking deserve it. Jesse Ventura is a better announcer and a wrestler and he was next to you. Politics, well, But wrestler and announcer.
It's not even politics, it's his conspiracy theories.
Also, RJ Holt, since I know he's one of our wrestling fans, give me your favorite 3-man announce booth for wrestling. If you were going to do a 3-man announce booth.
Oh, so not an actual...
Of all time.
Your 3 favorite people you want to put together.
Yes.
Not your favorite that's already
Correct.
Okay.
You put your together. I would do Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby Heenan, and probably either, this might come as a shocker, Matt Stryker. Because he wasn't on it much, but he knew his fucking wrestling. Or Mike Tenay. But Mike Tenay's got
Mike Tenay, number one.
Mike Tenay's the best. He's got a lot worse.
Well, he might have gotten worse. I'm talking Mike Tenay in his height in the late 90s. He was like, every time they did a move, he's like, oh, when he throws on the blah, blah, blah. And you're like, did you just make that up?
I have some reason for this.
A dragon toe screw whip. And like, what?
Reversed.
I mean, today was like the best announcer of them all as far as the play-by-play.
Well, see, here's what I would do. I would do Gorilla, because he would do the stories well. Gorilla Monsoon. Bobby Heenan, because he's the heel. Yeah. Best heel. Jesse Ventura is a close 2. And then you have Tenay as the play-by-play. He knows the moves. So that's my 3-man booth. Help me out, RJ. Come on, help me out. Or anybody else that wants to tweet us at Bad Ideas Podcast. So tell us who your 3-man booth is. I think it's ridiculous Zbyszko's into. Anyways, how do these college basketball players afford all of these tattoos while watching the NCAA tournament? It's a good question.
They afford them
autographed jerseys
by getting free tattoos.
I play for this college team down here. Done.
Now, granted, that got Ohio State football suspended for like 2 seasons.
Alleged. Oh, they did get alleged.
Yeah, it wasn't alleged. They did get suspended.
It is interesting how many tattoos they get. It's like, it is kind of,
Yeah, I'm like, the biggest problem I have with tattoos, especially on people so young, is they're fucking expensive.
Yes. Yes.
And I mean, if you gotta come from people with family with a ton of disposable cash for those to be worthwhile.
It's not just one little one, like a little shamrock.
Yeah. It's an entire sleeve on. And they're getting the necks. I hate neck tattoos, and anything above, even worse.
I did think about getting some for a tattoo for my kids. I really wanted it because one's named after a superhero, and I wanted to put it on my arm and the other one on there, but it's like $500 because the one that I want is pretty good.
Yeah,
and it's like, I could spend $500 on a lot more things than that. And it's like, that's the problem. And I'm not against tattoos. It's like, I'm just a cheap wad on certain things. Like, I don't like to go to casinos. I have nothing against casinos. I just don't like going to casinos because I don't like losing money that easily.
yeah.
And that's the problem. It's like, I don't know. It's not that I'm losing money on tattoos. It's just a lot of money.
It's a lot of money that, well, I don't have. Mm-hmm. You have to have disposable income for that. I mean, that is not the earmarked for your monthly tattoo. Should not be a monthly bill.
It's a line item.
It's a line item in my expense report as tattoos. No, that should be under other, and only when I have enough to cover it, and any upcoming surprise expense that may happen. I don't want to put my tattoo on and then all of a sudden, I've got my $250 now for a decent sized tattoo, and then 2 days later get in a car wreck and have to pay a $250 deductible that I no longer have.
Or your electric's out.
Well, yeah, your electric better be on if you're getting a tattoo.
It's either Applebee's or the internet. I didn't know which one to go to.
True story.
There's your listener feedback.
That music is time for draft day.
This might be the quickest draft with only two of us.
Only two of us, and not a deep draft.
No, we're doing this is from Neil, an Angels Freak 7. Dark Angels, Pretty Feet. Freaks, whatever. Soon to be Dark VF and Pretty Briggers, because we're going to do a mock one.
Mockcast?
Yeah, it's 49 here in Cincinnati. Went to Target, had some coffee. I love you guys. Anyways, I just got unfriended. He wanted, this is part of our contest. Send us teams to draft, and when we get enough that we like, we'll pick a winner of the best one that we had. So please send them in at Bad Ideas Podcast on Twitter, on Facebook at The History of Bad Ideas, and on Gmail
at thehistoryofbadideas@gmail.com.
So send them in, and you'll win a nice prize.
A prize.
It's a nice one.
Oh, okay.
I'm working on it. The Harlem Globetrotters.
We're actually doing a sports team on draft day.
Yes. We're drafting 5 Globetrotters, 2 guards, 2 forwards, 1 center. Why? Because there's no fucking good descriptions found online about the characters.
Oh, there's been so many different people.
I was trying to do the Scooby-Doo one.
Oh,
Couldn't find anything. Like, each one has a description. Nope.
You didn't look up the Super Globetrotters?
No.
Oh, have you seen that cartoon?
No.
It's, I suppose, the people that made Scooby-Doo in the 70s, early 80s, it was the Harlem Globetrotters, I suppose whatever 5 were there at the time. I know Curly. Neal and Meadowlark Lemon, I think was one of them. But they were the Globetrotters, but they had superpowers when the Crime Globe, which was a basketball in space.
You know what? I think this is I am reminded of this now.
It told them there was a crime, so they would turn into their. They all had superpowers.
I do remember this now a little bit.
Now, Neil didn't mean the Super Globetrotters.
No.
I didn't go for the Super Globetrotters.
So, we're doing Draft Day. If you've never seen it before, basically...
If you've never seen... Heard.
Whatever.
We're not on visuals here.
Yet. Basically, it's like a regular draft. You can't pick the person that was picked already, and you try to make your best team. So we've done Scooby-Doo. We've done a couple different ones. Amy sent a good one in. Animal House.
Animal House.
I like the Animal... And Anchorman. I like Anchorman, too.
Ooh,
I like that.
Is that from Amy also?
Yes. She's hit out
trying
hard.
to win, isn't she?
Yeah, Randall Holt gave us a good one. What was his? He did Mr. Cotter.
Yeah, he did
Mr.
the Welcome
Cotter.
Back Cotter last week.
When Bednar was here, what did we do?
It was The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, season 1 from David. So that was a good one.
You haven't heard who David votes for.
No, we got to see who he voted for. So, okay.
David, if you're listening, let us know who you think won that.
So, round 1, you start, Jeff.
I get to draft first.
Yeah. You were
All
last
right.
week.
All right, well, I will start. I'll take my point guard.
Okay.
You know, in a basketball team, especially the Globetrotters, point guard's a great handler of the ball, but he also is, the misdirection and, kind of like the magician of the team.
Okay.
So I'm going with the genie from Aladdin as my point guard.
Oh, I like it. I went totally different.
I don't think we're going to overlap at all.
I like the genie. That's fun. I went real people. And I went with a lot of basketball players.
Oh, you went with real basketball
Yes.
players? Oh, wow.
I gotta go. I got some guys. Hold on.
Okay.
Point guard. He's an asshole. Can't stand him. And he was, one of the greatest players of all time, but I couldn't stand him. And he was dirty. Michael Jordan. Doing Michael Jordan.
Okay.
You'll see in a second why. Going Michael Jordan right off the bat.
All right. Well, since we're not going to overlap, it doesn't
think
matter
you're
which
fine.
one I draft next. I'll go for my center.
Okay.
He's the tall guy, long reach, block shots. pull up. Inspector Gadget.
Oh.
Go Gadget arms.
I like it.
He can do that hook shot.
My team's going to kill you.
Oh, you got thugs? Is that what
Maybe. I'm going my forward. Small forward. I don't know basketball that well. Dennis Rodman. He's getting the rebounds.
Are you taking the Bulls from the 90s?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Shows you how much I know about basketball. No. I need a rebounder and somebody that stirs the pot. Okay.
And I think he would be your power forward.
I don't give a fuck about the Globetrotters because I fucking hate them.
Come on, they're great.
It's kind of like the circus. It's no reason to be around anymore. So
Well, I'll agree with you on
there's
that.
no reason for the Globetrotters to be around. I know they do a
What
lot.
about Flight Time and Big Easy?
I like those guys on Amazing
They were
Race.
great on Amazing Race, yes.
Are you enjoying this season?
I'm a couple episodes behind.
Okay.
The one thing I like about this season is you don't have an asshole team.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to get along.
I didn't like the hairstylist originally, but
Yeah.
they've grown on me.
Yeah, exactly. You thought, they're going to be the jerks of this season. And no, they really aren't jerks of this season.
The attorneys are the woman attorney is annoying.
Yeah.
But I think that's just her because she's an attorney. She's
Yeah.
kind of like it.
And the nurse lady on the blind date one.
Let's just say
she
that
just won't shut up.
that doctor is in hell.
Oh.
Every
And
time
it's like he has every minute of every day. He's like $500,000, $500,000.
my wife and I watch it, and she's like, "There is no way he's enjoying this."
No.
I said, "No,
No, you could tell on the look on his face when they were doing the one time on the ropes. They
the swinging of the through the trees."
Yeah, what do you the canopy
Zip lining.
Thank you.
With the waiting thing, the waiters, yeah,
They were doing
She wouldn't let him die.
Yeah, no, it's like, I'm sorry, you're right. I should have listened to you. We should have. And they finished in second. And she bitched the entire time. It's like, we're in second. We're standing on the mat in second. It's not like we were anywhere close
I understand
to
why you
being
didn't listen.
eliminated.
I told you we should have done this. It's like, Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up. Okay, so back to this. Moving on. Round 3. I got Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman. You have, who's your team?
I've got Inspector Gadget and Aladdin's Genie.
Totally different teams.
Well, I'll go for my power forward.
Okay.
The big guy to protect the middle of the court and whatnot. I'm going for Panthro from the Thundercats.
His thing of spikes would hurt anybody going through.
Hey, you got to be careful not to run through him. So
Okay.
put him in there for a little bit of defense, and yeah, he can be an offensive mother if he needs to be.
Okay. I'm going my power forward too, like you said. Guy that protects the middle. Andre the Giant.
All right. I considered putting wrestlers in here.
I got Andre
really
the
did.
Giant. He knows his way around and headbutt. That's it. That's all he had to do. Can you sense a theme? I got a thug team.
You got a thug team in everything you draft.
I know, it's fun.
You draft
because
thugs
you know what?
every
Nobody
week.
fucking cares about the Globetrotters. I appreciate their outreach programs and what they do. But at the same time, I don't fucking care about their basketball thing. I think it's dumb. It's outdated. Let's do something cool. Let's do it for the adults now, not the kids. Let's do rollerball / basketball.
All right.
Boing.
I'll go for my shooting guard.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with somebody who's accurate from a distance, getting what they're shooting after. Going with the Angry Birds, specifically the bomb bird.
I like that one. I like it. My son is obsessed with that game. The Angry Birds.
I've never even played it.
Oh, it's fun. I like it. Okay, I'm going my center. Dirtiest player in the game, Bill Lambier.
Jeez. Wow.
So there you go. Takes everything in my power not to draft Latrell Sprewell, but
Yeah, you don't want to double up. You picked
That's
him
right.
once already.
so Bill
boy.
Lambier. So I have Rodman and Andre the Giant, Bill Lambier, and Michael Jordan. I got Jordan that's shooting, and everyone else just boxes out.
Well, that's pretty much what the Bulls did. I think.
Exactly.
Jordan, you do everything, and we'll just try to keep people away from you. I got my last pick.
Mr. Irrelevant. Oh, that's my
no,
guy.
that's your last pick.
Yeah.
I got my small forward left. I'm going with Luigi from Super Mario Brothers.
It's me.
He's a little taller, jumps higher.
He's
Oh,
better than Mario, I always
Oh,
thought.
he's better than Mario, yeah.
Well, I like it. My team's going to kick your ass.
Yeah,
My
but
last
my
card-
team is animated. You won't hurt him.
My last card, Meta World Peace. Oh, I got a team.
So apparently Jason thinks draft day is all Blood Bowl.
I have no issue with that.
I mean, well, every team you draft is, I'm going to beat the crap out of you.
Wait till we draft the Warriors from the 1970s show. I'm just going to do all kids things. Barney, Charlie Brown. Come out and play, Snoopy. Come out and play, Lucy. Fucking move that ball again. Smack. So, who's your team, Jeff?
All right. Point guard, Genie from Aladdin. Shooting guard, Angry Bird Bomb. Small forward, Luigi. Power
How does
forward,
the bird dribble?
Panthro.
I don't think Panther is a good dribbler either. I could see him.
He doesn't need to.
He
He's
would
the guy
pump
that
the ball.
He's the guy that either blocks or charges.
Okay.
And center, Inspector Gadget.
I like
Go-Go
that pick.
Gadget
I like that
arms.
pick. I got the two guards, because I don't know the positions anymore. Two guards are Jordan and Meta World Peace. Bill Lambier's my center. Nobody's fucking going over the middle there, in the middle. My forwards are Dennis Rodman and Andre the Giant.
All right.
We are going to have 1,000 rebounds a game.
Did you want me to, piss on your team here for a second?
Why?
Because Michael Jordan was technically a forward.
It said forward/guard. And that's how much I don't know about basketball, so I looked it up on Wikipedia. And I was like, I wonder what position these guys play. And I got it right on mostly. Yeah, I got them all.
Andre the Giant didn't play at all, so...
I had, for center, I had Andre the Giant, Kevin Nash, because Kevin Nash played at Tennessee.
Yeah, he did play some
Manute
basketball.
Bol. The only nice, I was like, I can't do a nice guy. And then I had Bill Lambier. And the only reason I had Manute Bol was because he did that boxing.
Oh, he did do
Celebrity boxing. So, but yeah,
Yeah, so you went with the dirtiest player in the game.
Yeah, the only other guys I had was Latrell Sprewell was the only guy sitting out. He's my sixth man. PJ Carlesimo is the coach. Yes. It's going to get along great.
All right, Neil, when you hear this, let us know who you think won the Globetrotter draft.
Just remember, I love Target.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Dun-dun-dun. Okay, news of the geek. Donatello is dead. What? Milka, what? Per comicbookmovie.com, he was taken out in a brutal fashion in the pages of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 44. As the villains Bebop and Rocksteady basically took a sledgehammer to his shell. So the rest of the crew was off fighting somebody, and he was back with the robotic turtle. I forget what his name was.
I don't know of a robotic.
There's a robotic turtle.
Metalhead?
That might be it, actually. Yeah, there it is. Oh, it's in the notes.
It's in your notes.
Okay, and then basically Bebop and Rocksteady, Shredder ordered Bebop and Rocksteady kill Donatello, and basically they did. And the last scene basically was Splinter holding Donatello's head, and all the turtles came back and were like, no! So
I need to run out and buy...
If you can, yeah.
Turtles 44.
Unfortunately, he was my favorite turtle. Couldn't fucking kill Raphael. Or
Raphael was the coolest turtle and the toughest turtle, and you couldn't kill Raphael.
Kill Michelangelo. Nobody cares about him.
I'll agree with that.
Okay.
Well, Carmo, he picked Michelangelo.
Well, yeah, no. He's a gimp. I'm kind of surprised by it. It was pretty brutal, too. Like, after they hit the sledgehammer into the shell, Bebop or Rocksteady, one of them said, "Oh, I didn't know that's what it looked like inside. That's disgusting." It's like,
oh, I almost vomited.
Yeah, it's pretty violent. Yeah, so Donatello's dead. It's going to be interesting where they go from here. You got to have a fourth one, right? He's got to.
You don't gotta.
Yeah, but that's weird. Like, he's got to come back by the movies, right? Of course, the Turtles are a little bit different because...
Yeah, I mean, that's what surprises me is I'm stunned that they would kill one of them.
Well, it's Eastman who created it. He decided...
Oh, no, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it, but there's no way you can get another turtle. I don't care how stupid the shows did when they introduced the female turtle just because they thought they needed a female turtle. And it's like, wait a minute. This is a unique origin story. I really find it hard to believe that there's other mutant turtles running around.
And that you haven't found before.
Yeah.
So personally, I would have killed off Michelangelo. I think he's the weakest of all of them. You don't really need him. I know he's a comic relief, but The only thought I had is they thought maybe Leonardo and Donatello were too leader type, even though Donatello's really not.
No, Leonardo's the leader. Donatello's the intelligent one. Probably the less effective fighter.
Yeah,
is probably
I agree with that.
He's left back, I mean, and honestly, he has a stick as his weapon.
Stop it. It's a staff.
A staff is what?
Stop it. Respect the dad. Jeez.
But, although he had a distinct personality where I think I would have been fine if it was Leonardo.
See, you're killing me because those are my two favorites.
Well, yeah, you like Scott Summers. Leonardo is the Scott Summers of...
No!
He's the Scott Summers of the Turtles.
You're a douche. That's what you are. Raphael, nobody pays attention to me. I want to be the leader. Man, fuck him. Anyways.
Yeah, but...
I'm Donatello. I can't believe it.
He's the darkest. He's the most brooding. He's the strongest. Best fighter.
I have nothing. So, that was kind of interesting. Moving on, TV Line reported 3 mystery characters will possibly join Brandon Routh, the Atom, Katie Lotz, the Canary, and Wentworth Miller, Captain Cold, and Victor Garbo as Dr. Martin Steen, who is Firestorm, in the possible Arrow/Flash spinoff. We talked about this before. That might be a team-up show. It's a team-up show of sorts. There's no official word on who the other 3 characters are, but there's some tips.
Ooh, we got hidden tips.
Descriptions offered. The Traveler, he's described as type of Han Solo type, rogue. He gets by with his charm. He harbors many secrets, always leaving both his teammates and the audience unsure. Theories include Rip Hunter, great porn name.
I'm sorry.
I'm Rip Hunter.
Because I'm like, you described that, and I'm like, that sounds like Rip Hunter. Like,
really? I have no idea who
like Rip Hunter.
He's a time hunter. He only uses that as an alien to stop his enemies from traveling back in time and killing him as an infant. He could also be the one that brings Sarah Lance back as Black Canary. I hope not.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, if Katie Lotz is playing it, it's like her character was killed and buried
And supposedly all 3 of these guys have never been on TV before. So they said it could be Booster Gold, but he was in Smallville, I think. And so they're even bringing that.
Yeah, Booster Gold did have an appearance.
I don't like Booster Gold.
I like Booster Gold too.
My son was just watching Batman: The Brave and the Bold, which is a Batman team-up cartoon. It got canceled, but it's hilarious. And they don't take it as seriously. Like, he's teamed up with Plastic Man, and all that. Yeah. And Booster Gold was on this one, and he had some, like, I can't remember now, but, like, some inside jokes for fans. It's like, oh, that's Booster. Female Warrior is said to be 20-something Latina. Is pretty but unassuming. Book smart. Oh, she's probably got overalls.
And glasses.
And socially awkward by day. By night, she hears the cry of the battle, and her fury is ignited. Let's see. They believe this could be Helen Cosmastos. I don't know. / Fury.
Don't know that.
And Yolanda Montez, the second Wildcat, who actually would make sense because Wildcat.
Wildcat in there already.
Yeah. They say it also could be Panthera and Tarantula. I don't know either of those. I feel like Tarantula I've seen before, but I don't know.
I want to say, wasn't Tarantula a villain?
I thought Tarantula was a villain in the Marvel universe.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
I think that was Spider-Man's thing because,
Was it a female?
I don't know offhand. I can check for you here.
I've got, for some reason, I wanted to say Tarantula was involved in the Sinister Six at some point, or when the Sinister Six were, bad guys who were not necessarily doing bad things, but they were being double-crossed, and I thought Tarantula was involved in that.
Let's see.
But I could be very much getting things confused.
Originally a vigilante from the Golden Age named John Law. He was a member of the All-Star Squadron. Then there was a female. Here it is.
We're talking about a female one. So.
And then Catalina Flores later became his successor. Ex-FBI agent taking the law into her own hands. She was romantically linked with Nightwing. So there you go. I don't know who that is.
That sounds potential.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's what she looks like.
Okay, she's got big boobies.
Yeah, well, shocking, a DC comic artist, right, who draws big boobies. It would get in the way. Anyways, so yeah, and then finally there's a mystery hero, an African-American male in his 20s, street smart, who gains powers unexpectedly, and then as part of a team regularly quips about the insanity of the situations. Static is what everybody's saying. Black Lightning and Black Vulcan are also believed to be possibilities, but more than likely it's Static.
Do I know Static?
Static is the blue guy. He turns blue, I think. I'll find you a picture of him as well.
I don't think I know Static.
I want to say that he was, or I'm thinking Blue Beetle was the blue guy, sorry. He was, I thought he had his own... Oh, no, I know who he is. Okay, hold on. Let me find him for you. His great... No,
I wouldn't have a problem with Black Lightning. Black Vulcan is pretty much Black Lightning when you don't have the rights to Black Lightning, so you make Black Vulcan for the Super Friends. So he was very nondescript and no personality.
That picture doesn't really do him justice, but he's a lot better than that.
Okay. So...
he's kind of mixed, in all honesty, he's kind of mixed with Vibe and Electro. So he's actually he had
kind of looks like he has the lightning powers. So was it in DC they have to make black guys with electric and lightning powers?
It seems like it. Yeah. It is DC or a computer cyborg.
Okay. Well, yeah, computers run on electricity.
It's true. I was pretty happy. My parents called. They were buying my son birthday gifts. And he wanted the Imagine X superheroes, and he has a lot of them. Shocking with me. And they've got him Red Tornado.
Red Tornado.
Martian
cool.
Manhunter, Red Tornado, Nightwing, Deathstroke, and I think Plastic Man was involved. Well, I know, but it was still like
everything with Plastic Man. You really do.
I don't like Plastic Man.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You said you ruined. Yeah,
not you personally. Okay. DC, whenever they involve I mean, if you want to get somebody with those powers. Do Elongated Man.
I was happy that it was Red Tornado, though.
Oh, Red Tornado.
And cool. Cyborg. Cyborg was in there, too. So, and then finally, Badass Digest. Where's Blake?
Oh, Blake, for you. Badass Digest.
Yeah! It was reported that Joe and Anthony Russo have signed on to direct Marvel's third and fourth Avengers movies. This just broke today. They will shoot the films back-to-back over the next couple of years. They're also getting the same writing team that was on Captain America Winter Soldier and Thor The Dark World. It will be basically Civil War. Captain America Civil War will be instrumental in setting that up, and then they'll go into the Infinity.
Yeah. So, well, I assumed that whoever did the first one was going to do them both. And do them both at the same time. But no, are Joe and Anthony Russo doing Civil War?
I believe so. Yes. Yeah, so they got the next three.
Okay.
Well, the next three big ones. Because they've been saying, it came out this weekend. Everybody kind of knew this, but that Captain America: Civil War is basically Avengers: Age of Ultron .2. That's all it is. It's just the second. They said it could basically be a sequel to Avengers: Age of Ultron. So
yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, when you call it Captain America, obviously Captain America has to be the central figure.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's an Avengers story.
Do you think he dies in Captain America: Civil War?
I think he might.
I think so too.
I mean, I suppose the question is Chris Evans, is that the last one under his deal?
I think he's got one more after that. That's the only thing that might be. It could be Avengers: Infinity War. It could be the one that he dies in.
Okay.
I don't know though. I mean, Bucky is signed for a lot.
Or he just might have a small role in one of the other side projects before that.
Correct. Black Panther.
Yeah.
They did say, of course, Black Panther's now after
pushed back. So
because of Spider-Man. They did say Winter Soldier actually has a huge role in this one, so that's interesting.
Okay. Well, that they could lead up so Sebastian Stan takes over the mantle.
And my question is this: Avengers: Age of Ultron. Why is War Machine and Falcon not getting more like publicity? You think they're not in it as much, or?
I doubt they are. Well.
Don Cheadle is in it.
I saw Don Cheadle in the one scene where when Ultron.
I don't know if Falcon's in it or not.
I
don't understand why he wouldn't be. I would like him to be.
Yeah, you should keep him around because he was a good character and they made him make sense.
Yes, and I like Falcon. He was awesome. So just need his bird. Caw caw. So
Bang, fuck, I'm dead. Oh, that was a crow.
That was a crow. Just a reminder, you can follow us on Twitter, Bad Ideas Podcast, Facebook on History of Bad Ideas. Like us. We're on tons of networks, but
including
the original Musings of a Geek Network. They gave us a break.
Yes, you can find them at musingsofageek.com.
Yes.
Or you can just Google Musings of a Geek and that's what pops up.
Yes. Great podcast. Geek Life Radio.
Geek Life.
10 a.m. Central. 10 a.m. Eastern. 9 a.m. Central on Friday
morning.
Thank you. Radio-blitz.com. We are on at 9 a.m. Saturdays Eastern.
9 a.m. Eastern Saturdays. Radio-blitz.com.
Stitcher.
You
network.
can always find us on Stitcher.
If you're an Android, subscribe to us.
Android, yep. Stitcher app is great for that. If you're on Android, because you can't get iTunes.
Tangent Bound Network. Great. Snake Oil's over there. We like them. And a lot of our podcast buddies. So take a look at Tangent Bound Network.
And as we mentioned earlier in the show, Danger Entertainment Network. Michael Leal's little network there that we are proud to now be part of.
And to steal from Nickel, roll the bumper!
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
All right, this week in the box office, especially the bomby part of it, the gunman...
Bomby like B-A-L-M-Y, like it's hot and
No.
Oh.
B-O-M-B-Y.
Oh, okay.
Bomby.
Oh.
Bomby.
Bombay?
Yeah, without the S.
Okay, sorry.
The Gunman, Sean Penn's new one, along with other people I like whose names are eluding me now who are in it, bombed. Opening weekend, $5 million.
That's sad.
That is pretty sad. I mean, I'm assuming it's actually a huge release too.
Yeah, and does anyone really care about Sean Penn anymore? Like, none of the young kids care.
No, young kids. I don't think anybody goes to a movie because Sean Penn is in it.
No.
Now, granted,
I think more people stay away from a movie that Sean Penn's in than go to it.
I mean, if the movie looks interesting and Sean Penn is in it is one thing, but I don't know. Then again, God, that should be something we have as actors who you would actually because they're in a movie, you would see that movie.
I like that top 5. Or the actors that are in movies that you won't go see. You can do the opposite too.
Well, it's because, I mean, the golden age of Hollywood, it was all, everybody went to the movie because of the actor in it.
Yeah.
Nowadays, no. I mean,
I think Tom Cruise was the last big one that people really fled to.
They said they were the two Toms with Tom Cruise and Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
And like I said, when I was working at the theater and everyone showed up to see, what was the name of that movie?
Terminal?
No. They were the people robbing the riverboat casino.
Oh, yeah. The Coen Brothers movie, right?
Yeah, it was a Coen Brothers movie.
Waffles, Forthwith.
Yeah. But I mean, everyone, a lot of an elderly generation showed up because it was a Tom Hanks movie. And it's like, you don't know what you want to see in your movie. You show up, apparently the only thing you know about the movie is Tom Hanks is in it, so you think you need to see it. That's the movie I had the most complaints about, where people walked out in the middle wanting their money back.
Is that Clark Gable guy in the movie this week?
And it's like... And it's like, okay, geez, when like your number 2 actor is Marlon Wayans, I don't know what you were expecting. I mean, this is more of a Coen Brothers movie than what you would call a Tom Hanks
That was not
movie.
a Tom Hanks movie.
And in surprising bomb news, Chappie is just over half their budget right now. $28 million on a $49 million budget. I know there were some expectations that Chappie was going to do better than that.
I kept seeing everybody, insiders kept saying it was going to be 90 to 100 million it was going to make. Didn't. No. Does this put a damper on Neil Blomkamp?
I think it does. I think people look at... people might be... that they won't go for him because of a name. You know, people say, Neil Blomkamp, people won't go to a movie because he's attached to it. Yeah. If they like his vision, they'll still go with him, but they won't go with him. It was
so good, District 9. It was so good. And then...
I couldn't get into it, to be honest. I didn't even... I tried to watch it and just...
It takes a little bit of time, but I love that movie. And then you got Elysium, which did not do well.
No, it didn't.
And then I think
that even had the name of
Matt Damon, and Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
And then you have this, which they were selling it more on the robot than the actors in it.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if that would have helped. I mean, I think they kind of based on Neil Blomkamp that he's the big guy too. And
I think the biggest problem with that is the same thing we said when we first started talking about it. I saw Short Circuit in the 80s.
I saw Batteries Not Included.
Oh, God, please. No, that's a...
remember that one?
Oh, I remember that one.
I saw that in the movies.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My parents took me when I was young.
I remember that one because the title, it started with an asterisk.
Yes.
And was all in lowercase letters.
Not Sanskrit. What else you got?
Unfinished Business.
Yay!
Has only made $9.9 million. They couldn't even get to $10 million on a $35 million budget. Again, $35 million for that movie.
Vince Vaughn had to make, what, $10 million? Wilkinson made 20? Franco made $1? I mean, seriously.
You cannot be paying Vince Vaughn.
I thought he was in the $10 million range. I don't know how.
No. Wow.
Please, no.
Oh, if you're paying... You deserve to lose money if you think Vince Vaughn is worth $10 million to be in your movie.
He was about 10 years ago. He should lose $1 million per year since that.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. Doug, our
number one fan,
probably intern now because he does all our research for these bombs.
No one else is here.
Doug tells us the week that his son was born, the third week of December in 1994, The Lion King finished 6th with $3.4 million in its 24th week in release.
That's unbelievable.
And yeah, it's a big difference now.
It made a third of what Unfinished Business has totally made.
Yeah, a third in its 24th week.
Yes.
Now, granted, that was a huge success, I think it was
Over 300 million.
Disney Animation Studios' second best.
Who was number 1?
Frozen.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Frozen took it over.
Let it go, let it go. That was for UVF.
That was actually one of your better singings.
Thank you. Pour myself a cup of ambition.
Maybe it's because I don't like that song, Let It Go, that it sounded good from you.
Pour a
But
cup of ambition. Oh,
that's the only word line from the song you
no,
know.
working 9 to 5. I know that.
But yeah, it used to be popular movies would last almost a year in the theater. Nowadays, if you don't see it within 6 weeks, you ain't seeing it.
Well, that's why Big Hero 6, I forget how many weeks it's been out, like 17 weeks or so.
Yeah.
It's still making $500,000. And it's on DVD.
It's on DVD now, wow. I mean, that's second runs now, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But
I think this week it was like 300 and something thousand. But still, I mean...
yeah, because like the new Hobbit movie came out on DVD or whatnot this week. I missed it in the theater because it came out at a busy time.
Oh, you never saw the second one?
I never, the third one.
Third one. Is this the final one that came out?
Yeah, the final one. I saw the first two in the theater, and then I never did get to the third one. And by the time I was ready to go, it was out of the theater, and I'm like, oh, it used to be, it's 6 weeks after it came out. You normally can find a showing. I think the 1 week I was ready or able, had time to go, it was like 2 showings a day at like the theater on the other side of town. At times I couldn't make it, and I'm like, crap.
Are you going to buy it on DVD? Blu-ray?
Yeah, I'll probably get it, and I'll get the whole trilogy because I didn't get any of them yet. I'll get the whole trilogy and have them all
To complete your series.
Yeah, I've already got all the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I do too. Love them. Love them.
He's being facetious.
Love fucking walking trees.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
wait.
Groot's your favorite.
Groot's the only tree I like. That should be our top 5 favorite walking trees. Groot. Okay, done.
Oh, good. I got Treebeard. Okay. I suppose we're actually going into the good at the box office this week. Insurgent made $54 million in its opening week on a budget of $110 million.
That's got to be disappointing, right?
Half its money in one weekend?
I don't know, though. I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's like Hunger Games has made like triple that.
What is?
Hunger Games will make triple.
And they're trying to 12 times as good.
I give you that, but this studio is trying to make it like the Hunger Games, and it's like, oh, that's not a good number.
They don't have the same property.
I have not heard one person excited to see this movie.
No, I've the only thing I've heard is people disappointed in whether the movie or the stories in general. I mean, they're interesting, but they're not Hunger Games interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody is... I don't know how it makes money. Nobody's excited.
Well, apparently $54 million. I mean, $54 million
Might be
in
the
one
tweens.
weekend is pretty good.
Yeah, it is. It's not bad.
I mean, it's got half its money back already.
It's true.
Cinderella, $35 million, a total of $122 million on a $95 million budget. You predicted this as a bomb.
I can't believe that many
2
people
weeks
went.
it's got its money back.
Of course, I don't have teenage girls living in my house, so Blake said that all the young girls were looking forward to. So good for it.
It actually looks like a good version of Cinderella.
Amy from Culture Babble saw it and did like it a lot. So.
That's Amy. Run All Night made $5.1 million, a total of $19.5 million on a $50 million
That's
budget.
a bomb coming soon.
Yeah, that's coming up. I'm trying to remember which movie that was.
Liam Neeson. No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Joel Kinnaman.
The Gunman. Hey, it made the list. It's number 4 for $5 million in its opening week on an unknown budget. I'm sure Sean Penn costs twice as much.
I'm going
as
$65 million.
A budget for the Gunman.
Going 65.
I'll go 52.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's at least over 50.
Okay.
And number 5 this week, Kingsman: The Secret Service made $4.6 million, a total of $114.5 on an $81 million budget.
Saw this movie.
Yes, you saw that since our last show.
It is batshit crazy and awesome. We were
Highly
watching
recommend?
it. Oh yes, I would probably be buying it on digital day one. It was totally different. I didn't know what to expect going into it. And my friend that saw it with me, we're watching and they say a cuss word. They say fuck. And I look at him, I go, is this rated R? And then the next 10 words are cuss words and they're talking about sex and they're kicking ass and blood everywhere. I was like, yep, this is R rated.
You're allowed one fuck.
There was a lot more than that. It was R rated.
But when you're like, they said fuck once, I'm like, you're allowed one.
That's why I said,
when you hear the second one is when you have to question.
It was a fun movie, and I liked it because the training in it, like the kids go through this training to be a Kingsman, is not like 1 week. It's like in the show, it takes 6 to 8 months. Like they show it, and it's like, thank you. It's not just a montage of them doing this.
What? You mean they can't show 6 to 8 weeks or 6 to 8 months worth of training?
They showed more training than just a montage. Yeah, they didn't do a montage at all.
They didn't do a Rocky montage?
No, and it does take place over time. It wasn't a Green Lantern 10-minute or 5-minute fight scene. Oh, you learn how to do it. Yeah, I'm a Green Lantern.
Oh, that was so bad.
Fuck you, Green Lantern.
So Kingsman good, Green Lantern bad.
Yes.
That's what we're taking away from this episode.
So go see it. Go see Kingsman. So, and they were making a sequel.
All right, coming out the weekend of March 27th, the last weekend of March. Hopefully by April, good movies will come out.
Yes.
Get Hard.
Will Ferrell.
Oh, no.
Kevin Hart. Oh. Let's just move on.
Yeah. And Home.
Cartoon about the aliens in the future trying to find a home. It looks pretty cute. I think it's by DreamWorks. It is by DreamWorks. It looks funny. We saw a short of Home on front of, I forget what movie, what cartoon, and it was pretty funny. The short was just funny with them by itself. They kept going to a different planet to find a new home, and they would walk out, and like the first planet is frozen. They're like, oh, time to go. The next planet is like lava. They're like, nope.
Time to
Third
go.
one was like dragons were attacking. They were like, oh no. So each one was funny, but in this one they find Earth in that. So
it'll probably do some business. Kitties,
going 52 million
in the opening weekend.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know if I'll go that high. 35.
Okay. It's a new original thing, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'll guess 35, just because there's nothing else.
There isn't much else.
And there's nothing else going on.
I'm going higher because there's not many cartoons out there.
Yeah. Oh, there's not.
Nothing.
I mean, there's nothing. But
SpongeBob's out.
But it might also be weather's getting nice. People might not be going to theaters as much.
That is true.
We'll find out.
So let it go. That is Top 5 Music. And this week is from Jillian. So thank you, Jillian.
Yes.
Of our fans. If you have top 5 ideas, send it over to us. We'll be more than happy to take suggestions for top 5s.
Yeah, Jillian tweeted this one into us. It is top 5 character quirks.
I think she also did a draft team too. Sesame Street.
Yeah, she did send in a draft day.
I like that one.
So we'll probably do her draft day in a future episode.
So top 5 character quirks. So this is a tough one for me. I did not do good. I'm not proud of my picks.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I guess. My number 5, it's not really a character, but I have to do it. Aaron Sorkin, walk and talk.
Okay.
As soon as you see a walk and talk, you know it's Aaron Sorkin. I got accustomed to it on Sports Night. Greatest show ever. Next to Firefly. Might even be Firefly for me. Yeah, I love Sports Night. But yeah, every time they're walking and talking, quick talking and all that, it's Aaron Sorkin.
It's come to be known as Aaron Sorkin. They always joke about there was that one 1600 Pen, the show with
Josh Gad.
Yeah, Josh Gad,
Bill Pullman,
Jenna Elfman.
Yes.
But like the first episode of that, Josh Gad plays the not all with it son of the president. And he makes a big deal about they're walking through the White House and he's doing a walk and talk with his dad.
Yes.
and that made me chuckle. A little.
That was an okay show. Wasn't horrible.
I never saw The West Wing, so I can't judge it.
No, I'm talking 1600 Pen. It was okay.
I enjoyed it. I was a little disappointed it didn't do better ratings.
Yeah.
It got canceled because
there's a lot more shit that got renewed that was worse.
Yeah, that one. It was. I don't know. It never got any buzz behind it.
No,
I thought it was much better than it was given hope for.
What's your number 5?
Let's see. Number 5. I'm going with Linus Van Pelt and his security blanket. You got pretty much the character in the Peanuts who is your most with it, or most determined. Like in the Christmas one or whatever, he's the one. Everyone's what's Christmas all about? And he's the one. Well, here, this is what Christmas is about. Or in the Great Pumpkin, he's the one determined. He's got the belief that the Great Pumpkin's coming. But he still needs his security blanket.
Who doesn't need a security blanket?
Exactly, and I love that.
I would carry my blanket with me if I could.
So I'm throwing the security blanket for Linus Van Pelt.
Number 4, or you're number 4. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Number 4, I'm going with, in Finding Nemo, Dory, the Ellen DeGeneres voice character, and her forgetfulness.
I like it.
It brought much humor, and she couldn't even remember Nemo's name throughout the movie, and yet they still made it endearing. So
we're looking for his son Fabio Nemo.
I speak whale.
Nemo's an awesome film.
It is.
Escape. My wife and I do that every time we see Escape written. Escape. Number 4 for me is Indiana Jones and going back for his hat. Every single time, just reach his hat.
Yeah.
And what I thought is every time I think of a character, I think of a quirk that they have, how they are defined. And Indiana Jones has his whip and his hat every time. The only other thing I thought about was I hate snakes. That was another one. I thought. But I thought the quirk with his hat, he always reaches to get it no matter what.
Yeah.
Thank God he stole it from Shia LaBeouf. That last one. Number 3 for me is actually the one Jillian recommended, Dr. Evil. $1 million with the pinky.
The lips.
The other thing is the cat, just stroking the cat, stroking the cat,
stroking the bald cat.
Yes, the second one was so good. First one was decent of Austin Powers. Second one was my favorite. Third one was rough.
Third one was rough. I think I like the first one better than the second one.
I like the second one.
The second one probably threw out the jokes a lot more rapid fire because they already had you in.
And I even thought Fat Bastard was waste. It was just a waste.
I didn't like the Fat Bastard.
I thought he was annoying.
At all.
But I thought the second one was better. But I'm going. Thank you, Jillian. Dr. Evil. That also was a tough one for me.
Number 3 for me, I'm going in the Family Guy vein. Stewie and Brian. I love the fact that Stewie is like the most intelligent character on the show, but he's still a baby, and Brian's the speaking dog, but he's still a dog.
Yes.
So anytime they do a baby or a dog thing, Brian's sitting there trying to have an intellectual conversation, and they throw the ball, and he has to run chase the ball, come back.
Throw the ball.
And then he keeps talking with his conversation. They throw the ball, and he runs and chases the ball again. So I love when the smartest characters on the show have to go to their base instincts.
Did you see the Stewie one? I love Family Guy, and some of them are hit or miss. Don't get me wrong, but I love when he's married to that girl, the toddler, and she's cheating on him, and he burns the clubhouse down with her and him in it. Fine, if this is how you want it, that's fine. And he walks in and he burns it down.
And then he goes home to watch the insipid.
The cartoon,
yes. Or the whatever, the farm. They're making fun
Sunny
of
Farm.
Sunnyvale Farm.
Yeah, something like.
It's like he's the most intelligent character on the show, yet he wants to watch that insipid farm show. That type of stuff is why that makes my number 3.
Okay, what's your number 2?
Number 2, I'm going with the TV show of Raising Hope. Mm-hmm. Virginia Chance, as played by what's her name?
Cloris Leachman?
No, the one from the Goonies.
I don't like the Goonies.
Oh, yeah.
You're asking the wrong one.
Well, if you've seen the show, it's the not the old lady, but the mom. Or whatever. But and this is, just a common one throughout all of entertainment or whatever, but all her malapropisms where she mispronounces a word or gets a word wrong or something like that. I mean, it's like there's 3 or 4 in every episode where she's trying to say something and trying to seem smart with picking a big word and always gets the word wrong.
Is this me?
Oh, you're not even as funny. No one's as funny with it. And the thing is, it's endearing too when she does it. It's like it's not meant to be mean that she's not smart enough to know the word she means.
I'm endearing.
You're not endearing. You just said you didn't care about people about an hour ago.
I care about some people.
But that's my number 2.
My number 2, since I made film, Rain Man.
Okay.
Kmart sucks. Kmart sucks. Just a whole Dustin Hoffman
little ticks.
The little ticks that he does.
Wapner's
on 5.
That always bothered me because Wapner wasn't on at 5. He was on
4.
like at 3 or something.
3 or 4.
Whatever time he was supposedly on, he wasn't on. So it's always bothered me that Raymond got it wrong.
So that was an easy one. Just his little quirks. I always think of that one. So that popped out at me next to the next one. So what's your number 2?
I gave my number 2.
What's your number 1?
For your number 1.
It is going back to me.
It is you, but I can go if you want to go
I'm screwed up with just 2 of us here.
Yeah.
Number 1, James Bond. How does he order a drink?
Shaken, not stirred.
There you go. That's his number 1.
I know that always bothered my dad because he said, but it's supposed to be stirred. You bruise it too much if you shake it. It's a martini's supposed to be stirred. It always bothered my dad that James Bond was supposed to be suave, but he ruins the band.
Well, now doesn't matter. He drinks a Heineken. Remember the last film?
I didn't remember.
He ordered a Heineken because they paid $20 million or $40 million for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Heineken did.
Hey, if you're paying $20 million, I'll write you into my movie.
You pay me $1,000, I'll write you into my podcast. $100.
But I will say, yeah, he what was it in Casino Royale, the first one with
Daniel Craig. Yeah.
He went to the bar and ordered a martini, and the bartender asks him, "Do you want it shaken or stirred?" And he's like, I don't give a fuck or whatever. And I'm like, oh, they're throwing out that. I was a little disappointed at that because I really like those movies, but you still got to keep a little bit of the nod that it still is James Bond.
Homage.
Yes.
What's your number 1?
My number 1, I'm going with WKRP in Cincinnati.
Scott is my witness.
But I'm going with Les Nessman. And the fact that in every episode, somewhere on his body, he's wearing a Band-Aid.
Yes.
It started because, right before they started filming or taping the pilot, he had an accident, ran into a light or something and got a gash on his head, and they had to put a Band-Aid on. They could not, it was bad enough that they couldn't go without the Band-Aid, and they just ran with it. So it's he's got a bandage somewhere on his body in every episode of the show.
I like his door in the cubicle.
I didn't even think of that.
The tape.
I'll add that to his office. This is where my office would be if I had one.
If you haven't watched WKRP in Cincinnati, please do so. Not the remake.
Yeah, no. Especially the first season. The first season has some of the best.
God is my witness. I thought turkeys could fly. They just came crashing. So there's your top 5. Got through this pretty quick.
Yeah, we did.
So, bad idea of the week, number 288. Making Gorilla Grodd mad. Never make him mad.
I'm assuming something happened in Flash that I have not seen.
I've not seen the new Flash, so I've not. I don't know. I just know.
You're just okay.
Just don't make him mad.
Just don't make him. I'll agree.
My son and I were playing with the Imaginext Gorilla Grodd. He's got him.
I'm about to say, wouldn't it be making Bruce Banner mad would be a bad idea?
Yeah, I like Gorilla Grodd better, actually. I'm not a big Hulk fan. And so there's another episode. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history of not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
You are now leaving the world of Musings of a Geek Podcast Network. Stay geeky, my friends.